This is The Drive with Mark Panatelli.
So we are welcoming Carolina Olveris back in because we didn't finish the headlines. And we felt like really the headline that we were most interested in was the one. And I teased this by saying I think this is the one you won't want to miss. And I honestly feel like this is the story that you're going to go home and you're going to want to know. I don't know if there's any more information than what we're about to give you. You may have already heard it, but I think this is we don't usually do like stories of the year, but this one has to be in somebody's list before let's do the news story first because that's the best way to react to it, right?
Yeah, because people have to understand what we're talking about.
Absolutely. So page 2 of the headlines, and Carolina, we appreciate you staying in for a little bit extra, and I think it's going to be well worth it because this is fantastic stuff.
By David Moy, HuffingtonPost.com. When a person dies, you should speak only well of them. But for one Minnesota woman, the message in her obit was clear. Good, she's dead. Kathleen Demlow died May 31st in Springfield at the age of 80, and the obituary submitted to her local newspaper by 2 of her children makes it clear that she will not be missed by them.
Do you have the actual...
I have the obituary. Would you like to hear it?
I would love to hear it.
So imagine this, like you're climbing into a pool. You're going to dip your foot in. You're going to be like, this is okay. Then it gets a little bit better. It gets a little better. And then you're going to jump in and you're going to realize it's freezing cold.
Now, I just wanted to say real quick, because I've always thought it is interesting. Everybody's known somebody that's passed away that might have been not like, maybe, is it hard? Because it said you shouldn't say anything bad about people who have passed away. But when someone dies, you hear nothing but good things about the person. You hear like, this is the good part. These are the good parts. These are the good parts.
Except Hitler.
Yes.
That's weird. I was thinking the same thing in my head.
There's always that one guy or gal in this case.
Hitler messed it up for everybody.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, this is the obituary for Kathleen Demlow. Kathleen Demlow was born on March 19th, 1938 to Joseph and Gertrude Shunk of Wabasu. She married Dennis Demlow at St. Anne's in Wabasu in 1957 and had 2 children, Gina and Jay. In 1962, she became pregnant by her husband's brother, Lyle Demlow, and moved to California. She abandoned her children, Gina and Jay, who were then raised by her parents in Clements, Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Shunk. She passed away on May 31st, 2018 in Springfield and will now face judgment. She will not be missed by Gina and Jay, and they understand that this world is a better place without her. That is a real obituary written in a real newspaper.
Wow. I mean, tell us what you really think.
Go to hell, Mom!
Huh. And this is all because she cheated on their dad and then left
and
them?
abandoned them.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Wow.
She read her own story.
She became pregnant by her husband's brother, moved to California, and abandoned her children.
Wow. I wonder if her other kid from her ex-husband's brother, I guess now, would that obituary be a little bit nicer? Listen, I will say this. I'm not afraid to admit this. You guys know I always do this to you because we're big on your mom jokes.
I had a feeling this was going to happen.
We're big on your mom jokes here. Every time somebody says, and I'm probably the worst because I have no real repertoire, and so somebody will say something, I'll be like, oh, yeah, well, your mom. And then
no, that's not how you messed up.
And then
your
you
mom
guys
jokes.
go, your mom, back to me, and then I always say, well, my mom's dead.
Yeah.
And you guys are like, it's no fun.
It's having that effect right now.
Listen though. My mom was not the nicest person in the world. And in fact, she abandoned my dad and me when I was 10 months old. And I didn't see her again until I was 16 years old. So I obviously didn't take her death as an opportunity for me to, hey, let me just tell you guys how I really feel about this woman. But it seems to me these kids have some unresolved issues. But, you know, this woman who had passed away. And I want to just say to everybody out there, you can overcome everything. Stop blaming the parents that abandoned you for anything bad that's happened because they're not there for you. Because if I can make it this far in life with the background that I have and the parenting that I missed out on, I think you out there can do it too. So I think that's funny. And I do not mind.
Made it preachy.
I am being a little preachy.
I mean, thought it was a funny story. Now I just feel bad about myself.
No, don't. Man, that was harsh. I mean,
yeah.
But, you know.
I want more of this. I personally
Me
want more of
too.
this. I was reading through some like comments on the internet and stuff about this, and everyone is saying like, oh, you know, like after 60 years, you should be able to forgive your mother. She made mistakes, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah. My mom did that. Like, I'm talking trash about her to my own grave. You know what I mean? Like, till the day I die. And I would like to make a worldwide, and, you know, at least we can maybe start right here in Craven County. You good people who occasionally have to write a no bitch into the Sun Journal, be honest, man. Like, I want to see honest, harsh. They can still be nice, but, you know, it can be like, well, you know, Dave, he was a good guy. A little bit of a drinking problem. And, you know, he had that one spell where he couldn't lay off the crack pipe for a while. But his kids always liked him. And, you know, you could always catch him at the Burger King around 6 o'clock on a Friday night.
And he once helped me change a tire. So, you know.
That would be good. I don't read the obituary section. I would if it was like that.
If people were a little
Kudos
more
to these
honest.
kids, yes.
I mean, the problem is a lot of obituaries are just really standard. Like, similar to what you were talking about. Born here, married this person, survived by these people in lieu of flowers, or if you're sending flowers. I mean, that's
Right.
pretty much the basic obituary. I either want it to be like, oh my God, you guys may not have known, but this was the greatest person, and now I don't have them anymore. I want to like hear those words, or what you're talking about. Like, I don't have anything nice to say, and now that they're finally gone, let me just tell you, the dude borrowed $2,000 from me and never paid it back. You know, like
Right.
that, like, you know, that kind of stuff.
Right. Exactly. Like, hey, if one of his relatives could get up with me, like, he still owes me the deed to the house I bought from him. Stuff like that.
Yes. Because here's what I'll say to the people who want to be, I mean, I know I got preached on you guys for a minute, but here's what I'll say. Yeah, if the mom made an effort to try to apologize at some point later in life, then I think definitely, but it's not your place to tell somebody when to let go of something. You know, that's on them. You know what I mean? Don't tell somebody else when they should let go of something that's been bothering them.
Right.
If you have no idea what they're, you know, but like I said, if their mom had tried to make an effort, even if whatever, you
Yeah,
know.
who cares?
And to each, and, you know, again, you know, what I find interesting, as you were saying, is how we go out of our way. And I'm gonna be honest, someone's been to a funeral in this room that had to listen to a lot of really kind words that you thought, you know, yeah, this is all well and good, but I knew this and I knew that about this person. Everybody's been to a funeral. And again, we're not supposed to be judgy as humans, but it's hard not to be sometimes when I've been in there and going, you know, I've been at funerals where I thought, well, nobody's bringing up like that time that he, you know, got drunk and nearly killed 4 people, you know, nobody's bringing that up.
Are you guys a fan of funny tombstones? Like when you go,
I want to have a funny tombstone.
yeah, like not to be dark, but like I want to be cremated. But like if I had a tombstone, I would absolutely want to go for a joke. Do you have an idea of what you would want your tombstone to be? Because I have already figured out what I want mine to say, and I'm really
haven't.
excited
I
about
have
it.
no idea.
I want mine to say, "Okay, guys, joke's over. You can dig me up now."
That's funny.
I know I've told you,
That's
I do want to get
hilarious.
that tattoo, though. Not the King James one, but I want to get the tattoo
King
right
James
here
one.
that says, "Attention, coroner, please attempt CPR one more time." I do want to do that one.
That would be good.
You know, just to, you know, give it a shot, man. One last shot. I always worry about that, and you probably shouldn't. Like, doesn't it seem like people that work at the mortuary are kind of creepy and weird.
Oh, yeah.
Like if anybody's got like necrophilia, it's somebody that works at a morgue.
Oh.
What's gonna happen? What's gonna
man,
happen?
whoa.
I'm sorry. Did I just open a bad?
Oh, I was just thinking they're creepy. You know, they're usually like very pale and
In
they
the
talk
10
real
years,
soft
I've
and
never
quietly.
said the
but-
word necrophilia on this show, and now
Man.
I have.
Now we can't go back.
Aren't you glad it's your
No,
Friday?
I don't want to die.
Yeah, now I'm definitely getting cremated.
Well,
Sam.
to go with the story. Oh, that was.
His name is Sam. Sorry, it's my best Carl.
I was going to say, you sound like Billy Bob Thornton.
Those are terrible.
Oh man.
Sling blade.
We should just finish the segment.
French
already.
fried
It's just
potatoes.
getting too weird.
She made me some mustard biscuits.
God, I love that movie. I haven't seen it in so
It's
long.
so good. It's
oh,
so good.
if you haven't seen Sling Blade, go check it out. I actually think it's on Netflix.
Yes. I got a job at the mortuary. I met this cute feller named Sam. Let's take a break now.
What was his toe tag number?
69.